start this session, running the meeting until we get a chairperson.
Okay, the time is 6:29. I'd like to call the reorganization meeting to order. You can all stand, please, for the pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council, turn your mics on.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to take roll. Ms. Smith? Here. Mr. Hawes?
Here.
Ms. Krishnowski?
Here.
Bill Scavenge?
Here.
Mr. Lombardo?
Here.
Ms. McDermott?
Present.
Perry?
Here.
Mr. Sabatino?
Here.
Ms. Stevenson? Here. Mr. Thornton?
Here.
Mr. Willoughby?
Here.
11 of 11 present. Okay, at this time, I'd like to open up public comment. I have two slips in front of me. The first one I have is Mr. Griffith, our controller.
Good evening, Council. Great day for the new election for members of County Council. Congratulations to those folks who just recently were elected and sworn in today. As we all know, the county is to govern. That's our County Council's position. And I'll read my comments in so I don't extend my 3 minutes. So I appear tonight as Luzerne County Controller, the independent watchdog for the people, to address the agenda item regarding the reorganization of Luzerne County Council. Please understand that my comments tonight are not a political issue, but my concern for what appears to be a violation of Luzerne County Home Rule Charter. The recent ceremony in the rotunda performed the swearing in of our recently elected county council members, and each of them took an oath of office to support and defend the laws of the Commonwealth and the Luzerne County Home Rule Charter. These are not just words being uttered by an elected official in response to a judge administering a proclamation, but are a dedication of allegiance to the people of our county, that these elected officials will follow the law and charter of Luzerne County. I'm very concerned about a council person, Ms. Brittany Stevenson, who took an oath to obey and defend the Luzerne County Home Rule Charter, yet will be permitted to vote when she may not be a qualified county council member, according to Article 2, Section 202 of our county charter. Luzerne County Home Rule Charter is our constitution and states in Article 2, Section 202, at the time of election or appointment and throughout his or her term of office, each member of a county council shall be a registered voter in the Luzerne County and meet all other requirements set forth in this charter or applicable law. Each member of county council shall have been a resident of Luzerne County continuously for at least 1 year immediately preceding the date of his or her election or appointment. Yet Ms. Stevenson's voter registration, which was provided to the county controller, shows this person was a registered voter and resident of Columbia County until February 28th, 2023, when she changed her address to Luzerne County. I sent an email to Ms. Stevenson, County Manager Kokomo, and Chief Solicitor on Tuesday, December 26th, requesting a response to the controller's investigation and findings, and have yet to been provided a response, and therefore demanding that this council take official action prior to choosing the chair or vice chair of county council. I'm requesting that a member of county council immediately introduce a motion to sanction Ms. Stevenson ability to vote on any items until there is a review of her residency and registration requirements, verifying her qualifications to become a member of Luzerne County Council. Luzerne County Home Rule Charter should not and cannot be allowed to be violated by any member of county council. Please demonstrate to the people of Luzerne County that this council will uphold our charter regardless of political affiliations. As your first order of business, and place a motion on the floor to stop the violation of our home rule charter. The preamble gives every resident of this county the obligation and the duty to challenge anybody who violates the charter. So I would ask council to do that prior to the reorganization and vote for council or chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Griffith. Mr. Urban?
Stephen J. Urban, Kingston, Pennsylvania, former councilman.
Wanted to state too that following up with the controller's words, in this packet, I actually have 4 signatures of registered Republicans that I picked up. One is notarized with the complaint that has an affidavit stating they never signed Ms. Stevenson's petition, never met her, don't know her. I've already submitted this to state authorities since our county DA has done nothing so far. I mean, I've emailed twice in the last month and a half to have him look at this from an investigatory perspective. Many of the signatures appear to be like forged by some of the same hands. Unfortunately, you know, if we knew about this in the spring, the individual probably would not be sitting here on county council today. Had I gone through the petitions earlier, or anybody that ran for office went through them earlier, there were only graciously 119 Democrats, 20 Republicans, 33 non-affiliated people, 5 Green Party members, 20 people that signed that were not in the county, 2 of which were from New Jersey, 131 people not registered at any of the addresses that they put down on the petitions. There was a total of 328 registered, or supposedly 328 signatures, and then 2 of them were not collected by her, but the rest were attested by Ms. Stevenson that she was the person that circulated said petitions. It's pretty aggressive to get 326 in 6 or 7 days. But I think somebody should look at this, and quite honestly, you know, I try to bring this up at previous council meetings, and same thing with Mr. Griffith said, the residency requirement is under 202, and I think council needs to take a look at that and work with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Urban. I have no other slips for, oh, that one's one.
Just pass it.
Is it Mark Schaefer?
No microphone, okay. Hi, I'm Mark Schaefer from Wilkes-Barre. Sorry, I wasn't really planning on talking, but after the disgusting remarks I just heard, I felt the need to come in here. I was outside and the disgusting things I just heard, I had to speak. I know Brittany personally. I helped her collect signatures, so come citizens arrest me or whatever you want to do. So Brittany has lived in this county her entire life. She committed the horrible sin of going to college, which I guess Walter Griffith has never heard of anyone doing before. And when you go to college, you're allowed to register at your college, even if that's not where you live. This is a new concept to him, apparently. When I went to college, our college Dems, our college Republicans, I went to Dickinson down in Carlisle. All of our political organizations urged everyone to register on campus, no matter where you lived, because we live in an important swing county. So they were like, hey, come register here. It doesn't affect your rent. You can still, whether you're paying taxes there, whether you're whatever, you can register here because you go to school here. That is how voter registration works. It's how it's always worked. So if you are living in Luzerne County and paying your taxes in Luzerne County, you are a resident of Luzerne County. What your voter registration says has literally nothing to do with where you are a legal resident. That is where you pay your taxes. So yes, Brittany can pay her taxes in Wilkes-Barre, Hanover, I forget where, and go to school in Columbia County. That is possible. It is incredibly common, unless Walter and his friend want to go try and arrest everyone in every college Dems or college Republicans in the state for trying to violate election law. This is just, I mean, Mr. Urban lost, he's very frustrated. I've lost elections and been very frustrated. I never did anything this desperate in my life. So I just think that everyone on council should see this for the transparent political move that it is and treat it with the disrespect that it deserves. Thank you.
That is the only other slip. Are there any more slips that we can gather at this time?
If there's anybody else outside that would like to speak as well, please fill out a slip and we'll call you in.
Alicia Hoffman?
Yes. Alicia Hoffman-Mirlovich, Fairview Township. I too helped Brittany run for office. And I just want to point out Article 2, Section 2.02 that Walter Griffith did reference, that it says you must be registered to vote in the county at the time of election. It does not say in our county charter that you need to be registered to vote here for a whole year. And knowing that Brittany has paid taxes here her whole life, and she has lived here her whole life, we should just be celebrating the fact that the first woman of color is on our Luzerne County Council. That's all I have to say, other than I am extremely proud of Ms. Stevenson, and I'm extremely proud of living in Luzerne County and what we have done in this election. Thank you.
Any other members of the public who'd like to speak at this time? Mr. Fitzgerald?
TJ Fitzgerald, Danny Coke. I just want to commend everybody that came up here and speak, especially Walter Griffith and Stephen Irvin, because it takes a lot to put yourself out there. I'm sure you guys are going to do your due diligence, and I'm sure that whatever the law is, whatever the charter does, it's going to come out in the end, and things will work out. There is something that I'm doing, and I'm helping politically. And one of the things that I did was reached out to the Bureau as far as petition signings, because there is a lot of things. Jen Pecora, she's been very positive, but giving me return answers on how things have been. Aaron Harvey today, and even Ramilda Caracamo in the vestibule. We're going to be having an education seminar. So it's going to be on the 10th and the 18th. It's at first it was for Republicans, but hey, listen, I'll gladly have everybody come. I think that we have to coalesce and come together as a community, like everybody's saying. So let's do it. Let's move forward. Obviously, if there's been something that was wrong, it needs to be addressed. If nothing was wrong, it'll come out in the end. But I have to commend Walter Griffith, was the first one to actually respond to me when I asked if we can get some education and help. Well, whoever Walter is, thank you very much for always being independent, no matter what side. I've seen him side with Democrats and I've seen him side with Republicans. He has been ticked off at me and he has given me a pat on the back. There's one thing you got to say about Walter is he's never one-sided. Whenever he stands up here, he feels it's honest and just. And that is a man that you can respect. Okay, so it'll come out. I want to thank you, Ramilda. Ramilda says she's going to come on the 10th and just be a fly in the wall and help us out. Jen, you're invited. I know that you've been very helpful with me trying to get things straight. Aaron Harvey said that you come, and I know that Alyssa Fusano from the board is going to be there. Walt is going to be. So if anybody wants to learn how to fill out a petition, how to do it correctly, and we're going to, like Marina Ramilda said, we're going to do the best we can and try to take a look at the laws. So this way, moving forward, everybody's on the same page and we don't have this happen again, hopefully. Thank you. God bless.
Any other people from the,
I'd like to speak.
you have your name and the town you reside in?
Yes, Ian Kennedy, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Ian Kennedy?
Yes. So if it's true, the charter says what it says, and she wasn't within the petition time frame, she wasn't a resident, that's the law. I hear people all the time on the news and now talk about how it's a racial thing. It's not a racial thing. This country is a nation founded on laws. It's the law. From what it looks like, she's violating the law. That is why she doesn't deserve to be here, be sworn in as a county council member. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with race. So when people come up here and you try to make it a race issue, you're trying to escape the fact that she's possibly breaking the law. So let's set the record straight. Let's all be honest. Let's be adults and let's do this right. Thank you.
Any other members of the public?
Madam Chair, can people speak on Zoom?
Yes. Go ahead, Mr. Rabo.
This is Mr. Mark Rabo from Hazleton speaking. I have a different take on, or slightly different angle on this this conundrum that is, and this accusation that's been levied. I have been at this since the beginning of home rule. And if everybody read their home rule charters and the recommendation by the Government Study Commission, basically special interest groups that have helped the alleged newly sworn in county council person, as well as political shills. What needs to happen is they need to say their case, and the accusers need to say their case at a hearing of a court jurisdiction or in front of Harrisburg. Okay, this doesn't need to be a political circus and a mishmash between back and forth at a reorganization meeting. I think what needs to happen is there's a process in place under the county administrative code, and everybody knows what that process is to investigate. And also, if everybody read the recommendation by the Government Study Commission in 2010, recommendation number 6 is a remedy, and that is the Accountability, Conduct, and Ethics Commission. Okay, so let's do this the right way. Let's go about this, the process. Let's have due process. Let's have everyone have their day in court, and let's not have this as a political circus. Okay, we all have to follow the charter, and also you all took an oath. The new council members, as well as the current ones, took an oath under the state constitution, Article 6, Section 6, and Section 7 of the state constitution. So be mindful of that. And I say this and not in a mean-spirited way, not in a hostile way, but in a matter-of-factual way, that everyone needs to abide by the laws and by the conduct that they sworn to uphold as a government official, elected government official. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't see any other hands on the Zoom, so at this time we can resume with the meeting.
Madam Clerk, I just make a comment. I agree with Mr. Rabel, who just spoke that this matter should not be attempted to be resolved tonight. This is a reorganization meeting. I think it's outside the purview of council to take any kind of action such as you suggested tonight. I do appreciate all the comments of the public and that of the controller and former Councilman Urban. However, I don't think it's time and place tonight without a full further investigation. Thank you.
Attorney Steve, would you like to address the executive session?
Yes, on 12/26/23 at 5 p.m. we held an executive session to discuss a possible litigation matter.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, we will commence with the nominations and the selection of the chair of council. Please bear with me because I'm going to do both. May I have a motion to open nominations?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The nominations are open.
I nominate John Lombardo.
Do I have a second?
Second.
For chair and vice chair? Or
Just chair. Any other nominations? Motion to close
I
nominations.
nominate Leanne McDermott.
Do I have a second?
I nominate Brittany Stevens.
No, I need a
Second.
second
Yeah.
for the nomination of Lisa McDermott for chair.
We can't hear you.
Say it again.
Second.
Any other nominations for chair?
I nominate Brittany Stevenson.
Second.
Motion to close nomination.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Nominations are closed. We have 3 candidates. Ms. Stevenson, Ms. McDermott, and Mr. Lombardo. When I come say your name, please tell me the candidate you would like to be chair. Smith?
Ms. Stevenson.
Mr. Hawes?
Lombardo.
Ms. Krishnowski?
Ms. Stevenson.
Mr. LaScavitch.
Lombardo.
Mr. Lombardo.
Mr. Lombardo.
Ms. McDermott. She's on.
No, she's on. She's.
Ms. McDermott.
She was just.
I know she was on. I'll come back. Mr. Perry.
Mr. Lombardo.
Mr. Sabatino.
Ms. Stevenson.
Ms. Stevenson.
Stevenson.
Mr. Thornton.
Mr. Lombardo.
Mr. Wilovich.
Mr. Lombardo.
Ms. McDermott, are you on? Well, using the 10 that we have 10 for Ms. Stevenson, excuse me, 4 for Ms. Stevenson, and 6 for Mr. Lombardo. Mr. Lombardo will be the top candidate. At this time, I would like to.
Sorry, I have Leanne on the phone. She's having technical difficulties. Do you want me to put her on speakerphone?
That's fine.
All right. Okay. Yeah, can you hear us?
Yes.
Ms. McDermott?
Yes.
We have Mr. Lombardo, Ms. McDermott, and Ms. Stevenson nominated for chair.
I was trying to say, I'm very honored to be nominated, but I respectfully decline.
Okay. Then of the remaining 2 candidates, Mr. Lombardo or Ms. Stevenson? Which would you vote, who are you voting for?
Myself, okay, for John Lombardo.
Okay, thank you. That would be 7 for Mr. Lombardo, 4 for Ms. Stevenson. Mr. Lombardo has the majority vote, so at this time,
Leah needs to.
Manny, we need her to vote one more time. Yeah.
Is she still on?
Yes. I have her.
At this time, I need a motion and a second for the resolution to appoint Mr. Lombardo as Luzerne County Council Chair. Do I have a first?
Second.
All in favor? Excuse me. Mr. Haas.
Yes.
Ms. Krasinski.
Yes.
Mr. LaScavitch.
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo.
Yes.
Ms. McDermott.
Yes.
Mr. Perry.
Yes.
Mr. Sabatino.
Yes.
Ms. Stevenson.
Yes.
Mr. Thornton.
Yes.
Mr. Wilovich.
Yes.
Ms. Smith.
Yes.
Unanimous. Mr. Lombardo is now the Luzerne County Council Chair for 2024.
Thank you very much. We'll now open nominations for Vice Chair of Luzerne County Council.
So moved.
There's a second, motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motions to nominate are open.
I nominate Brian Thornton.
Nominate Jim. Sorry, we need a second.
I'll second.
I nominate Jimmy Sabatino.
I second.
Sure. I nominate Mr. Wilovich.
I'll second.
Speak up, we can't hear
Okay.
you at all.
I'll second that nomination as well. Can I second? Do
Yeah,
that?
you can.
Okay, all right.
Motion to close nomination.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Nominations are closed.
Mr. Wilovich, Mr. Sabatino, and Mr. Thornton.
All right, we have 3 candidates, Mr. Wilovich, Mr. Sabatino, and Mr. Thornton. Ms. Lawrence will have the roll call, and please name your pick.
Ms. Krasinski.
Mr. Sabatino.
Mr. LaScavitch.
Mr. Thornton.
Mr. Lombardo.
Pass. I should be at the end.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. That's
Yeah.
right. Ms. McDermott.
Mr. Thornton.
Mr. Perry.
Mr. Wilovich.
Mr. Sabatino.
Sabatino.
Ms. Stevenson.
Sabatino.
Mr. Thornton.
Thornton.
Mr. Wilovich,
Mr. Wilovich.
Ms. Smith,
Sabatino.
Mr. Haas,
Mr. Thornton.
Mr. Lombardo.
Mr. Wilovich.
4 for Mr. Sabatino. 4 for Mr. Thornton. 3 for Mr. Wilovich. You
Oh,
take the
wait,
top
did we call me in? Pardon?
No, she answered.
She answered.
Yeah,
So we would take the top 2,
that's correct.
which would be Mr. Sabatino and Mr. Thornton for vice chair. We will go around again, and you need to say either Thornton or Sabatino. Mr. LaScavitch,
Mr. Thornton.
Ms. McDermott,
Mr. Thornton.
Mr. Perry,
Mr. Thornton.
Sabatino,
Sabatino.
Ms. Stevenson,
Sabatino.
Mr. Thornton,
Thornton.
Mr. Wilovich,
Mr. Thornton.
Ms. Smith,
Sabatino.
Mr. Haas,
Mr. Thornton.
Ms. Krasinski,
Sabatino.
Mr. Lombardo.
Mr. Thornton.
7 for Mr. Thornton, 4 for Mr. Sabatino. Mr. Thornton, vice chair.
All right, we'll now have a nomination or a motion for the resolution.
So moved. Second.
All right, motion and a second, all in favor, or I'm sorry, roll call, please.
Ms. McDermott,
Yes.
Mr. Perry,
Yes.
Mr. Sabatino,
Yes.
Ms. Stevenson,
Yes.
Mr. Thornton,
Yes.
Mr. Wilovich,
Yes.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Haas,
Yes.
Ms. Krasinski,
Yes.
Mr. LaScavitch,
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo.
Yes. All right, congratulations, Mr. Thornton. That's the end of our business for today. We will now have public comment. Yeah, keep her if it's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep you on the phone if that's okay.
Yes, that's okay. Thank you.
Can we just keep it?
We're gonna keep Leanne McDermott on the phone.
All right, is there anybody for public comment? Is there anybody? Is this?
Mr. Chair, this is Mark Rabo speaking.
Go ahead, Mr. Rabo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to congratulate yourself as well as Mr. Thornton on being appointed as chair and vice chair for 2024 term. And I hope that this council will be productive and proactive in helping and working for the people of Luzerne County and improving the quality of life and economic conditions of the people and taxpayers of Luzerne County. I would also like to commend the county manager in her article in the paper, the editorial. I think it was a very lofty and very aspirational goals for the county, and I hope to work with her and council and the people in helping to make that happen, because as I've always said, the economic development and quality of life go hand in hand. One cannot work without the other. So I hope that we move forward in helping make that happen. Thank you very much.
Anybody else for public comment? Anybody on the Zoom? Oh, we have another one. We have Vivian.
Hi, this is Vivian Kreidler-Lucina from Nescopeck, Pennsylvania. I just wanted to congratulate all the members of the council. I do have a concern though. I'm not sure if anybody mentioned I accidentally came in late, but I have a concern about one of our the new council members that came in, the committing of the fraud on her petition. I know it's being investigated by some. I know it's gonna be on. I hope that person who they know they did it. I hope that they would resign. And we're talking honesty and integrity, and that doesn't show honesty or integrity. But once again, I'd like to thank everybody else who made the council, and I hope that everybody can work together. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else for public comment?
Motion adjourned.
I'm sorry, before we adjourn, I just wanted to say thank you to the council members that supported me. Thank you to you all for your service. Thank you, everybody that was here this evening. And also council members, if you can get to me as soon as possible, what committees you'd like to be assigned to. I want to try to get that done ASAP. So just let me know what you're looking for. If you want to give me a call, whatever, that's fine. But other than that, go ahead.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
Welcome to your first meeting.
Brian. Brian, the agenda meetings are typically Wednesday mornings at 8 a.m. Is that okay for you? Okay, all right. Are you okay for tomorrow then? We'll probably need to have one tomorrow, correct? Okay, tomorrow 8 a.m. A Zoom link will be sent to you. It probably either late tonight or very early in the morning. Zoom link. Yeah. All right. And then, all right. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Thank
What was that old man about? This is what I said.
Oh, mics are still on, guys. Turn them off.